Alright, I thought I'd make a quick video from inside my kitchen that has apparently really creepy looking cabinets. I kind of like this atmosphere though, to be honest. Are writing contests worth it? I don't have a fancy backdrop or anything, and you can hear the fridge in the background, but it just depends on your goal. Honestly, from my personal experience, the writing contest can be a hit or a miss. It could depend on the entrance fee versus the reward and the prize. Again, if you're just doing it for experience or whatever, I mean, by all means, but I would just keep in mind, just think of how valuable and how much is worth and what's your return on your investment for each contest. Like, for example, if there's a contest, like the prize is $1,000 and the entry is like $10. To add up, if you go to like 10 of those, that's like $100 you've had to do for like 10 writing contests. But if a writing contest in particular is 1,000 and it's like $10 to enter, honestly, in my personal opinion, again, not advising anybody, but I'd done it before. I would see that as okay. But if it's like 1,000 or less, and like the entrance fee is like $50, even 20 something and above, I'm like, it depends. I'm being cheap at this point, but it's like, what's the potential that I'm gonna win? Am I doing it for the experience or because I'm really trying to win? And obviously, with anything in life, when it comes to submitting work, you have to do it for the passion. You can't do it for competition or for the money or anything, because nothing's guaranteed in life. Just like with anything in general, rejection is part of life, and you have to be willing to accept that rejection, because there's going to be a whole bunch of no's before there's a yes. There's going to be a whole lot of doors that close before one opens. But each door that closes, another one will pop up, and there'll be another opportunity. But it's just a matter of like what you make of it. But just submit and don't think anything else of it. Just like when you submit applications for jobs or movies. Well, obviously with jobs you follow up, but just anything in life, you submit it like an investment and don't think about it anymore. And one day you'd be surprised, you might get a call or an email and say, hey, guess what, you won. But don't bet your whole life on, okay, I have to win this contest, because there's no guarantee. So I'd say it depends the return on investment. What are your chances of winning? Because if it's a very popular contest and a whole other people are in, it's going to be a lot harder for you to win, which is not saying you can't, but it's going to be a lot harder because more competition. If it's smaller contests where less people enter, and obviously, again, if it's cheap and like it's worth the prize, the return on investment, then that's something to look at as well. Like, you can go two routes. You can go with the small little contest, the lesser known contest with a better chance of winning, and you can accumulate all those together, or you can go for the big ones that are very popular, and you unlikely you'll win, but if you do, you get a whole big chunk of something. Again, in my day, when it comes to art, I always thought, like, obviously money is good to have because it pays your bills, but you can't rely on it to pay your bills. You got to have something else on the side until that endeavor takes off. So that being said, I think aside from money, just acknowledgement, publication in a newspaper, or just even saying that, hey, I won a contest, publicity, what's the word? I'm drawing a blank. Word of mouth, publicity, just anything in general, get your name out there to make connections and get yourself known. That's worth it. Experience and exposure. There you go. Exposure and experience are worth just as much as money when it comes to an aspiring artist, because you need anything and everything you can get. And the more you get yourself out there, eventually someone's going to look and say, hey, you know what? I like this person. I want to work with him. That's how a lot of people do it in the old days, like with directors and actors and stuff. It's like Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale and a few others always seem to work together in the same movies over and over again. Say with Scorsese and Robert De Niro, they seem to work together a lot. And then in later years, Leonardo DiCaprio with Martin Scorsese, even Quentin Tarantino with, who is it he works with? I'm drawing a blank here, but like with Robert Rodriguez and just anything in general. I'm kind of having really major brain farts right now, but you get the idea. So just like with publishers, and writers and everything, the more exposure you get, you start meeting new people, and eventually you start developing partnerships. And, one thing leads to another. So back to writing contests, if it's not the prize money, the exposure, or just the credentials to say, hey, I won, or even the experiences is, I worked on this and I submitted in a contest. I got the experience of how to format papers, how to write them, how to see what people want, just anything and everything in general. Everything in life, if you treat it as a learning experience, can only benefit you in the long run. Life is all about growth and learning and whatnot, and every little bit counts. Just bear in mind, again, what is your end goal? you know, what is your return on investment, because time and money and everything is valuable, and you only have a limited amount of money, limited amount of time. So, I mean, obviously you're young, you got all the time in the world, but you know what I mean. You just be mindful what your goal is, and if it meets your goals, then so be it. So, are writing contests worth it? It just depends on your goals. My personal experience, I mean, I've done it before and I do it again. I mean, if you have the time and money, yeah, go for it. I mean, it'd be fun. But if your end goal is like you're really, really trying to, like, you know, do something else, whatever, then I mean, it's what you make of it. Anything's what you make of it. So, but it's a hit or miss, and don't expect to win. But if you win, great. So, but that's all I got for this one. So until the next video, hopefully, it's kind of one of those like, I didn't really answer the question, but kind of just to get you thinking, so you can kind of think of the answer for yourself. So, but anyway, to the next video. Take care. I was getting up because for some reason my hand was shaking, but I forgot to mention this. I can put a link in the description. I'm sure you can do your research. It's easy to look up writing contests, but I can add some stuff in the description about writing contests that I've seen before. But Reedsy, their website, they got a list of all these writing contests for every year, and they're an amazing resource to begin with, because they got the list, they got all the stats, the entrance fee, the deadline, the prize money, everything. It's just all in one website. It's beautiful. Just if you want to Google Reedsy writing contests, Writer's Digest, Narrative, Globe Soup. There's some other ones too, and even screenwriting as well. You just Google screenwriting contests, there'll be plenty that come up. I'm drawing a blank, but I'll put it in the description when I find it. But yeah, just bear in mind for those deadlines, those interest fees, and just pay special extra attention to those guidelines and those rules, because you mess one thing up and you're disqualified. So just make sure that all your stuff, once you've written it, make sure it meets all the criteria, even the nitty gritty of the format, the font, the way you submit it, how you submit it, all that stuff. And as a little side note, for extra credit, it doesn't hurt to take a look at who the judges are, who the past winners are, just kind of get a hint of what they're looking for. I mean, it may not fit what you like to write, but again, I think you should write what you want to write. But at the same time, couldn't hurt to at least see what they want. And it might help you out. Maybe you can, take it or leave it for what it's worth. But if a judge likes a certain thing, and winners have had a certain theme that has won, and there's a correlation, maybe you can use that to your advantage. Again, just do the research, see who the judge is, look up their website, who they represent in terms of publishing companies or whatever companies. Don't be a stalker, but social media maybe as well. Just little things to see what they're about and kind of give you an edge. Okay, this is what this person's looking for. So, but again, don't be a stalker. Don't be weird. But yeah, that's all I got. Till the next video. Take care.